but we should start by thanking the great people over at Monumental Sports who had us out to the Freedom 250.
I want to hear all about it.
Really I went much later in the day. Cakes and EB went early.
Yeah.
I think I arrived around 4:30. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
it was wrapping up.
It was pretty much over, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Saturday, and they were doing qualifying.
Oh, okay.
Believe me, I heard a lot of loud cars, and I saw them zipping by.
Sure.
That's all you needed to see.
And I had shrimp cocktail.
I mean, we had a great vantage point. We were just set up directly across from the U.S. Capitol, like at the start/finish line.
Oh, yeah.
It was like the views and
perfect.
the vantage point was amazing.
It's pretty surreal. You know, you get there and you don't expect to see, you know, like IndyCars racing down whatever road that was, Constitution Avenue, whatever the heck that was, Independence Avenue.
I don't even know what road
whatever
it was.
effing road
I
that
should know
was.
that, but I didn't know it.
It's just wild. It would have the Capitol right there in the background. I mean, primo suites there that Monumental had, and they were nice enough to invite us out.
Yeah,
and everybody that was there, you can't help it. I don't care. You have to take a picture in front of that because it's just an iconic scene.
Yeah, I sent a text to you guys, though. It was planes, trains, and automobiles, at least for me.
Yeah.
I asked, because you guys were going in the morning. We had a soccer game out in Ashburn, came back home for a bit, and then went back out. And I was wondering what was going on, like what was the best route. And EB said, it's a disaster. Took an Uber. I didn't know that you guys took an Uber together because Cakes never responded.
Well, so my buddy
really?
Lucas was here, and Valdez and I and Lucas, we played out at Hidden Creek on Friday. That was a blast. I should mention that. We can maybe talk about it later, but that was a lot of fun. But then, so Lucas, I had to fly in because he's a big F1 guy. And I said, I know you're into racing. I mean, he literally gets up every morning and on the weekends watches it. He's not an IndyCar guy, but he's a race guy. He says, yeah, sure, I'll come up. And so we came up here, and I wanted to give him a tour of the radio station. He'd been to D.C. a few times, but I hadn't given him a tour yet. So I'm giving him a tour. And then Cakes is here with his son giving Brennan a tour because Brennan hadn't been up here in a while, if any times.
I think he'd been in the lobby for whatever reason and never came up and saw the studio. So I gave him a quick tour.
Perfect. It was like 10 o'clock, something like that, 10:30, something-ish. And he was going to walk or train.
I said, considering it, but then I heard it was a 30-minute walk over there. I was like, you know what?
That's just too much.
I think the walk I looked it up, was like 1.8 miles.
Right.
That's a healthy walk.
Hey, good for your heart.
Walk.
Definitely good for your ticker.
You know, we didn't know about the rain. It was still dicey. It ended up holding out, being perfect. Like it worked out for us. I'm sure it did for you too in the afternoon. We took an Uber and we had I had Dina and Lucas up late the night before, plotting on maps where we want to be, what's closest to our thing, and we still had an Uber take us to where we thought would be close, and we still struggled navigating.
It wasn't that close. He dropped us off somewhere, right? And then
maybe he didn't drop us off where we asked. I don't know. It was not close.
We started walking the wrong direction. Then we figured out we had to double back. And then head towards the spot
eventually
where we were set up.
It wasn't, I'll say this, it was a very cool event. There were a lot of people there. It wasn't signed well, if that makes any sense. Like there wasn't I understand it's there for 3 days, but they should have temporary signs somewhere. They had a lot of volunteers.
You helped me out because you said just ask the volunteers. But that said, when I was driving here, I punched up an article on NBC4 News, and it was all about where to park or where to be. And it said that if you're going through Gate 5 to take the Metro to L'Enfant Plaza, and I was like, all right, I'll just park here.
Well, we told our
take
driver,
the Metro.
Take us to the Metro stop. By that Metro stop.
Yeah.
We told the Uber guy because I didn't want to deal with the Metro. Just drive to that Metro stop. Right. I'm not sure he did.
No, I don't think he did.
I don't think.
Yeah, because if you were right at that L'Enfant Plaza, basically you could smell the rubber right when you got off the Metro.
We could hear the
I could hear everything. Yeah. And then there was a volunteer right outside.
No idea, Jason. He was like, "Is this good?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure, whatever."
I think he dropped us off near the Department of Agriculture.
So you had no idea really where you were.
I don't even know where we were. And then I've said this a million times. You know when you get your ways out for walking, and it's the same thing. I always deal with this in airports because you're like, "All right, how do I get out of this airport? I got to go to Whatchinut Field or whatever." You put it in, and it takes a second to get its bearings. You know how it's going a million different directions?
Yeah.
So that happened when we were walking. We're walking.
Right.
No.
Go this way. Go this way.
It was a cluster for us trying to find it. Be honest
Could you
with
just try and listen to the cars zooming by and
but
follow the noise?
Because they're in
a
all different
mile track
directions.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we needed to be near Gate 5, which is closest to where we wanted to be.
It's an interesting viewing experience.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about racing, and I brought my daughter, and she brought one of her teammates.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, after 10 minutes of watching, everybody was bored, and it was already closing in on 6 o'clock because we got there right when some race finished.
Yeah.
So we're there, the race finishes, and then they're clearing the track, and they're setting up for the next race, which was like an hour later.
The funniest thing when we
all the people that are just sitting in a spot,
yeah,
it's kind of fascinating to me now. They're race fans, so they love it, but I don't really get because you don't know what's going on really.
Well, I found what my buddy does.
Couldn't know less.
Who watches F1. He was not only just watching this, he was watching the TVs they had out there, so you could see the whole thing develop. So you don't just watch the zoom, zoom, zoom. You got to watch.
Were the drivers for the races, the pre-qualifying races, the IROC races, were they the same drivers that were in the Freedom 250?
Because
they were different.
Those were the stud names that you knew, like Jeff Gordon, Rusty Wallace was racing.
Oh, really?
One of the Ray Halls, I'm not sure which one.
It was almost like a legend.
Like Helio Castroneves, I think was in one of the cars.
They were like the biggest names in racing.
So they were different.
Completely
different.
They were in the earlier cars. The cars that didn't go as fast.
Gotcha.
By the way, where we were, and my buddy Lucas was telling me, is because we were coming off a turn. Our straightaway was like a short straightaway. They weren't hitting top speed in front of us, even though it was a straightaway, because it was coming off the turn. And those IROC cars, I tell Cakes, they look like lawnmowers compared to the Indy cars.
They look stuck in the mud.
Stuck in the mud.
So I saw the Indy cars, I think.
We did too.
Because I saw qualifying.
The Indy cars
were
flying,
they were
but
zooming.
still, it wasn't still top speed.
I saw them get to like 140 or 150.
Is that what they were saying they were?
Well, because there was a TV inside the suite.
And that's what it said. I didn't even notice that.
And you could see the inside of a car, and it was
they were getting up to
150.
they were getting up to yesterday when I was watching, getting up to about 165.
Yeah. So when we check in
on the straightaways,
we gave them our name at the desk when we check in, and the woman, after I give her my name and my son's name, she's like, "Do you want the radio so you can listen in like to the pit or the team?" And I was like,
cool.
I was like, "Thank you for the offer, but no." Because I would just look like the world's biggest poser.
I turned it down too.
I would just be like, I don't even know what I'm listening to.
But it probably would have made our experience better.
It may have.
It probably would have.
I turned it down. I did not turn down the earplugs. Did you
I
guys
did.
put in the
No
earplugs?
earplugs.
I
No.
put in the orange earplugs.
I'm all man.
Zippy earplugs.
Oh man. I'm
Good
not.
for you. Yeah, you're really manly.
I already have damaged hearing. So what was that really?
It was so
Is that
loud,
going to make it even
Jason.
worse?
So loud.
I'm sure it was. I mean,
And it was a high pitch, at least for the races that I was high. Just,
yeah.
But it was fun to experience. It was fun to watch.
And it was good food.
Yeah, because you'd never seen that
food was
before.
great.
I'll be honest with you. 3/4 of the reason why I went is, as I said, probably going to be pretty good food.
Pretty good food, yeah.
Drink. So it was good food.
What was on the menu?
Cakes you can describe better than me.
there was
shrimp cocktail.
I didn't see shrimp cocktail when we were there.
when
That
I
might
was
have been
there,
a later-
shrimp.
That might have been a later in the day.
Were they
offering.
the colossal shrimp? They weren't nubs, tiny shrimp.
Pretty big shrimp.
There was like a
No, there was salmon
There was like
that
a
we had.
foofy like bean salad, salmon, grilled chicken,
There was
and there was
beef.
also some sort of roast beef with like a chimichurri sauce. It
Oh,
was
so you
good.
were there lunchtime. It
It
was
was good.
definitely different.
Yeah.
For me, it was the shrimp. It
And
was like
open
a
bar, which is, of
charcuterie
course,
board,
nice.
Yeah.
fruit.
Yeah. A nice. You would have been sized. They had nice cookies,
Cookies,
a
brownies.
lot of little desserts.
So how long were you there total, you think? A couple hours?
I probably stayed until 2,
I'd say I was-
1:30,
I
2 maybe.
I left shortly after Cakes. I'd say we were there probably 2-ish hours, 2.5 hours.
And getting home was okay? It was
We
just-
walked. We were like, screw all this.
We walked back
We
to
ended up walking.
the station.
It was fine,
okay.
but because the Uber was the disappointment.
Yeah.
We didn't
Yeah,
know where
yeah.
to go. We're like, let's walk somewhere and get an Uber. And we're like, you know what? We're looking at our thing. It's
Only another half a mile.
Yeah, let's just keep walking.
Yeah.
I took my first
fine.
metro ride, I think, in like a decade.
Yeah. Somebody
2
told
stops
me.
couldn't have been easier.
I think it was your son that
Yeah.
told me that you don't even need MetroCard anymore. You could just use your
Correct.
your credit card
credit card, just right
Credit
there.
or your Apple Pay
Yeah.
or whatever.
Well, I
whatever
looked.
floats your boat.
I don't know if it was on TV on Saturday. I don't think it was with the qualifying stuff.
I don't think the qualifying was on TV,
But
but
it was
the
on-
race definitely was.
Oh yeah, I was watching. It was on
Maybe
Fox.
on like a speed channel or something.
I mean,
Could be,
Danica
yeah.
Patrick was out there, and
I didn't see her.
she was on the like the pre-race set with the Capitol in the back.
No. It was a spectacular setting.
Yeah.
And even though I don't really understand racing, I'm thankful that I went because it is one of those experiences that I'll have lodged in my memory. I'll always remember. It
Yeah.
was just very cool very surreal experience. Thank you to Monumental. Jim Vincent was great.
I'm sure.
He's always a great host.
He was like, let me know if you want to come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean,
He said the same thing to me. I was like,
such a nice guy.
it's like, I think I have soccer.
Yeah. Well, it was cool to watch because, of course, it's never been here before. So, and all the flyovers were awesome. And the actual race was pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. There was probably, when I was watching, 5 or 6 accidents. The one guy was in second with about 20 laps to go, and he tried to pass the guy, the leader, and he was going too fast. He hit the wall, pummeled the tire. He was done. He was done. He was out of the race.
We sleep on Kyle Kirkwood, who won the event.
Kyle Kirkwood.
Sleep on him.
Yeah.
Definitely sleep.
He's from Jupiter,
Sleep
Florida.
City.
I'm not sure I
didn't
know
that.
Are any of the Indy drivers like sort of famous, like to the general public? Not really.
I'd have to see a list of their names to figure it out. So that I don't know. I'm going to guess.
I hadn't
probably
heard
not.
of any of them.
I'm going to guess some of the F1 names, probably not many of the IndyCar names.
Right.
But Mario
we used to know
Andretti
Danica
is
Patrick. When she was-
Mario Andretti is the team owner,
Yeah. I know that name.
and he came in. I believe Andretti racers were 3 of the top 4,
Nice.
including the winner.
So
he killed it.
Yeah. No, it was very cool. There were a lot of people out there.
A lot of people just in the lawn area, just watching the big TVs, all the sponsors,
And the weather ended up
trucks.
being good.
The weather ended up being just fine.
We got lucky.
No problem.
So thank you to Monumental Sports for
And-
having us out.
And just a random tire didn't hop over the fence and kill us, which is great.
Let me
That's
tell you
fantastic.
something. That thought never left my mind, the back of my mind, the entire time I was there.
mean,
When
how
you were
could you
going
not
over
think
those
of
little
it?
bridges.
No,
Right over
when I
the
was
race?
sitting
From where
there,
we
when
were
I was
watching.
sitting out front, right by the finish line, I was like, watch out for
I've
flying
seen
tires.
the Final Destination movie where that happens. I haven't seen that where that's the opening scene.
So what do they? Because there were so many, tire marks on the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they clean the streets? What do they do? They
I don't-
repave them?
I don't have any idea.
I don't
I
know.
wonder
You know
what
what?
they do.
Call Mayor Bowser. Ask her. She'll know.
Mayor Bowser said, "Racers to your cars." Did you see that?
What are you supposed
She didn't
to
do
That's
that.
all she said.
She didn't do the start your engines?
No, she said, "To your cars," and
Well,
then
maybe that's what she was told
Somebody
to
else
say.
said to start your
and then
engines?
someone else said, "Start your
Okay.
engines."
Yeah, she got a note card. I'm sure she got a note card.
That's
Yeah, I mean, she was supposed to say that, but
Yeah.
I had never heard someone announce "to your cars."
never heard that either.
I figured they were already at their cars. I mean, the race was like
It's a good bit.
3 minutes away.
Jason says that to himself at 9:54 every day.
Yeah.
Jason, to your car.
Get your ass to your
To the
car.
Homewood. The
Hey,
Homewood
racing
Suites.
coverage on
Yeah, that was
106.7
cool.
The Fan is presented by Xfinity. Score the most reliable Wi-Fi, one price, 5 years, guaranteed. Xfinity. Imagine that. We're the Junkies. Coming right back.